Hi, and welcome back to Your Relationship Roadmap. In the first 4 videos, we covered respect, trust, connection, and we also covered the Native American Indian tradition, the talking stick. In this video, we're going to talk about communication. A lot of people come to me saying that they have problems with communication in their relationship, when actually you've got to connect before you can communicate. Now, further on in Your Relationship Roadmap, the online course, I've actually got a module, actually 2 modules that go into more detail about a very, very powerful and effective strategy. But let's just talk a little bit about communication. Firstly, do you realize that only 7% of our communication is the spoken or written word? 38% is the tonality and the voice that we use, and 55% is body language. Now, if you've got children, you can pretty much read your children by just looking at them. Now, if we look at 7% just being 7% of our communication just being written word, the worst form or the lowest form of communication nowadays would be texting or email. You can't really hear what the other person is actually saying. You can't hear the emotion behind it. Better would be giving someone a phone call, because at least you can hear their voice and you can hear the inflections. But certainly being in person is the best form of communication. This is why perhaps using FaceTime or Skype when you're talking to a partner or a loved one, it's more real because you can actually see their expressions when you're communicating. The thing about communicating is that not enough people actually take time to slow down their communication to really listen to the other person. Have you ever been in a conversation where you're trying to share something and someone interrupts you to give you their opinion? Or you can't wait till someone stops talking so you can give them your opinion? Now, I come from a bit of an IT background, and in the IT world, in terms of communication, there's a thing called simplex and duplex. Simplex communication is when a message goes from one point, is completely received at another point, and then a response comes back. Now, in the IT world, that's pretty inefficient, so they have duplex communication going on. So you have messages going 2 ways at the same time. Have you ever been doing in a texting conversation and you get a text message come to you that you're replying to, and you reply back, and then you get another one, and then you're replying to that, and then you get another one, and you don't know which one you need to reply to? Well, that's a sort of confusion that can happen when we're communicating, because often you'll get 2 people wanting to share their opinions at the same time and no one really listening. So one of the things I always say to my clients is that the number 1 skill in relationships is learn to listen with your heart, and the number 2 skill is learn to express from your heart. So for me, communication really needs to be slowed down. Hence, in the previous video where we talked about having the talking stick, where you create a safe space for people to communicate, to be open and honest with each other. This is how we implement an effective communication strategy in a relationship. Another thing that you can also be aware of that breaks down communication is if someone uses the word but. Do you know what the word but means in communication? Let me just give you this example. Just imagine you're with your partner, and let's say it's your 10th wedding anniversary. And you give your partner some money, say, look, go out to a day spa. Go and get yourself feeling really good. Go and buy yourself a new outfit. because I've got somewhere really special to take you to tonight. So your partner goes out, goes to a day spa, gets their hair done, nails, has this new outfit, comes home, walks through the door, and you go, "You look lovely, but what is the rest of the evening going to be like?" Because you see, in communication, when we use the word but, it negates everything that was said before the but. In a work situation, let's say you've done a great job. Perhaps you've done a report for somebody and they say, "Look, this is a great report, but look, we need you to work on these couple of areas. How are you going to feel about that?" As opposed to your boss saying, "Look, you've done a great report, and here's where we could make it even better." The use of one word can mean you feeling really great about what you've done, or you could feel like it's a criticism. So, communication is critical in relationships. Now, as I said earlier, you've got to connect before you can communicate. What erodes the connection is when trust or respect has been damaged. Remember my definition of respect? Respect is being able to sit and zip it, being able to listen without any criticism, diagnosis, analysis, making any assumptions, not having an opinion, just really listening to the person. So respect in relationship is when two people take time to sit and listen to each other. Trust is creating an environment where anything and everything can be said. So I trust there's a few pointers you've taken away from this video. In the next video, we're going to get on to another important topic, which is called commitment. So until next time, practice using some of these strategies in your relationship, and here's to happier, healthier relationships.